Hello and good morning and welcome to DVR0061 Summer 2017 session. And as you can see in the little calendar here, we are going to begin today, June 5th, and go all the way through July 10th, 2017. Are you ready to get started? And let's make this class as fun in the sun as we can. So, who is your professor? As you can see, my name is Professor Annie Raney. Please call me Professor Raney. And here's a little bit about me. I simply love to read and write and absolutely love teaching others how to improve their reading and writing skills. So let's get started. And there's a little jiggy picture of me if we're wondering what I look like. So let's get started. So class takes place in Bladen Hall, which is of course where you are, and you guys made it here. Bladen Hall, room 209, as you can see here. And class takes place every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 a.m. 12:15 p.m. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, June 5th through July 10th. And again, class starts at 10 a.m., not 10:10 or 10:20 or anything like that. So it is very important that you're on time because summer session is very short. It's just about a month long, and yet we have to cover the same material and have the same assignments that we do during a whole entire semester. So it is important that you are here on time and not late at all. Okay? All right, great. So a little bit about the course. So basically, there are several things that we're going to be using throughout this course. We're going to be using Blackboard. I'm going to go over a little bit of that. So you want to make sure that you have your Blackboard account activated if this is your first time at PGCC or your first time taking a course. And we're going to talk about the main textbooks that we use for this class. And we also have a novel that we use that helps us make connections to the text and understand how to do that and to the world around us. And we use a discussion board in Blackboard in order to do some of these, see some of these connections. We also have a computer lab that's just up the hallway in Marlborough Hall, M2129. I'm going to talk a little bit about that and some of the requirements that we have to complete in the computer lab, one such being Plato Web. So we'll talk a little bit about that later on in the show. Okay, so speaking of Blackboard, we will be using Blackboard extensively throughout this course. Almost all assignments are going to be submitted through Blackboard, and it does have to be on time. Folks, you're in college, and I am trying to get you ready to finish all of your classes, get into those credit classes, and do really well so that you can complete programs and degrees. And in order to do that, we have to build up this responsibility. One such responsibility is you must turn in your assignments on time. I am very strict about that, so don't let this little smile fool you, but you definitely have to turn in your assignments on time. I also want you to be proactive and check your grades through Blackboard so that if you see a discrepancy, you can come and talk to me and say, Professor Raney, wait a second, I turned this assignment in, but I don't see a grade. Please come and talk to me. Okay, and you definitely also want to check your announcement page on a daily basis, once or twice a day, at least. And see, what I do is when I post an announcement, I send it in as an email as well. So it's important for you to get your PGCC email active, and not just to get it activated, but to use it. And it's modern technology makes it cool where you can get updates and dings on your phone whenever new things are posted. I also have students who use the Blackboard app, so they get the notifications on their phone. So you can download that app; it's free, and sign up when you sign up for my class, and you can use the app as well. And if you're having trouble, Bladen Hall, room 106 is where you can go to get help if you're having difficulty, if something happens with the computer, logging in. Okay, all right. So here is the required textbook for this class. You do have to purchase this textbook. It is important. We definitely use this textbook, Mindscapes, throughout the whole entire semester. Now, the bookstore sells it, and there are used copies there sometimes that are at a lower cost. Now, if there is a reason why you can't purchase it right away, you still are required to complete all the assignments that come from this textbook. Now, our computer lab that I mentioned earlier, M2129, they do have copies in there that you can use while you're in there. You can check it out in the lab and read it while you're in the lab. So there's no excuse not to get those assignments done, even if you cannot purchase the book right away. But you are going to need that textbook, okay? And it's going to help us improve reading and reading skills. This book, we're going to be using it extensively throughout the course. Okay. Now, another book we're going to use is called The Other Wes Moore. And this is the textbook. Here's a picture of it. Okay. The Other Wes Moore, it's by Wes Moore. One of the author's name is Wes Moore. You can purchase it in Amazon or Barnes and Noble, things like that. Students have also checked this book out at public libraries for free. And there again are copies in our computer lab that you can go in and read while you're in there. We are going to be reading this book. We'll be participating in class discussions, both in the classroom and online through discussion board. I will explain that we're going to do a practice discussion board tomorrow in class. It's a really good read. Students that have, oh, I don't want to read another book, but they actually ended up enjoying this part of the class a lot. And they said this book really connected to them, and they were able to improve their reading skills through the use of this book. So you will need to get that book, and it's very important. Okay. So speaking of which, you've heard me mention the computer lab over and over again. So the computer lab, which again is in Marlborough Hall, room 2129, and we'll be visiting there tomorrow or Wednesday to get an orientation for our requirements. You don't want to be absent because there's during the orientation, I give out a quiz, and you want to be present. It's a great way to get an easy quiz grade, but this quiz will go over some of the requirements that you have to complete for this course. So in Marlborough Hall 2129, you will have to complete 15 hours, and you do have to complete something called Plato Web. These are modules that give you extra practice for reading skills such as identifying the main idea, what inferences are like, difference between fact and opinion. They are really good exercises to help you. Now, I will tell you, you are in college, so everything is not going to be fun and games like you're living at the pool. It is a lot of work. And so some of the module students will be like, oh, Professor Raney, these are tedious. This is true. However, if done completely, they can help you improve your reading skills so that you will do better as you progress throughout your college career. Now, you have to get a total of 25 lab hours. 15 must come from the lab, and then if you look here, another 10 hours come from me. I'm going to go over that in more detail when I see you tomorrow in class, but just understand that you have to do 15 in there, and you do Plato Web in there. You can do other things as well, but you want to get that Plato Web done, and I'll talk in more detail about that tomorrow. Okay, so your class syllabus. It is very important for you to understand and know the word syllabus and what that means. So a syllabus is what, of course, the instructor gives out that outlines the expectations for the course, what students are expected to learn, how they're going to be evaluated and graded, and some other requirements from the class and department. So in my class, yes, we do have a syllabus, and I just want you to get used to looking at that syllabus quite often, because you're going to need to do that in any college course you take on any campus throughout your time here at PJCC and whatever other campus you may attend in the future. So the way you can access my syllabus is if you go to Blackboard Okay, and if you go to Blackboard and log in, you'll see here, I've already marked it there, where this little arrow is. If you click on where it says syllabus and schedule, then it'll pull this link up, which has my syllabus. And then once you click on this little highlighted thing there, the syllabus will pop up. Please look through that syllabus. I'm going to ask you questions as to whether or not you did tomorrow, because there are very important things that are on there that we need to go over. The grading scale, it's very important for you to know that. My late work policy, there are other requirements for the class. Some I've touched upon in this PowerPoint. There's still more things that we need to talk about, but please do go look at that tonight. That's part of your homework, to find your syllabus and to look at it. Okay, so aren't you excited? I actually have assignments for you to do tomorrow. One is, what is it? Aha, I think somebody got it correct. Find and look at your syllabus. Okay, actually that's kind of two assignments. I want you to make sure you have your login for Blackboard, your PGCC email working, and to get your syllabus. And now here's what you're going to do. You're going to log into Blackboard as well. And over here, you're going to click on course content, which is right here. When you click on course content, it's going to pop up Chapter 1 folder. When you do that, you're going to click on the Chapter 1 folder, and you'll see these are the assignments that I would like for you to complete by tomorrow. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. Okay, so one part about college is organizing your time, because there's so much that we have to do. I know you all have busy lives, you have family, friends, I don't know, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case is. We all have things that we need to get done, and you may be taking other classes as well. And we can get so many assignments that are due, and it may feel like we don't have enough time in the day to get them done. So creating a schedule, kind of an hour by hour or a daily routine can really help you organize and make sure you don't miss deadlines, and that you study so that you're prepared for any quizzes, tests, or anything that you have due. Now, when you click on create your schedule, I have a sample one, and then there's a blank schedule. I want you to fill the blank schedule out and have that ready for me tomorrow. Okay, now when you fill this blank schedule out, I want you to put in, like, what time are you going to go to the computer lab every day? It from 10 to 12:15 you have this class. You can mark that off in your schedule. And then maybe you're going to go to the computer lab from 12:30 to 1:30 every day, Monday through Thursday. So mark that in your schedule. Maybe you're working. You can mark that in your schedule too, that you work from 2 to 5 or whatever your schedule is. And then what time are you going to study? What time are you going to get Blackboard assignments done for me? I want you to mark that in the schedule. Now, when you open up the blank schedule, I explain to you how to, I want to see how well you can follow directions. Can you save that schedule the way I have told you how to save it? And I explain all that right here, how to save it. And then where it says create your schedule here in black, you are going to go and you are going to click on create your schedule, and then you will submit that on there this evening, your completed schedule. Make sure you save it the way I tell you how to save it, and I explain it right here how you should save it. Okay, now the second assignment that I want you to do is down here on the bottom of this page. It is the comprehension check, page 4 to 7. Now it'll say assessment or test. It is actually not a test grade. It's only a class assignment grade. However, I have put it in there as a test because that way you get it graded right away and you get a score back so you know how you did. But it's going into the grade book as an assignment grade. Now, there is a reading part that goes along with this comprehension check. Now, in case some of you are just buying your textbooks today or tomorrow, I have included the reading portion down here. So when you click on this, you can open that up in one window, and there's the reading that goes along with the comprehension check. Okay, now there are only 10 questions. It's very easy. It's exactly what's in your textbook, so you can follow along with your textbook. But if you don't have your textbook, not an excuse, folks. Get that assignment done, because I've provided everything you need to get it done with or without your textbook. So that is due I want it done tonight before midnight. Okay, so that's part of your grade that you get tomorrow. We got to start grading you right away because, like I mentioned, this is a very short course. Okay. Um, all right. So, hey, that's it, folks. I am looking forward to meeting you tomorrow and to spending this about 5 to 6 weeks that we have together. We're going to learn a lot from each other. I really want to help you improve your reading skills so that you can move on to the next set of classes that you have for the fall semester, or perhaps even summer session 2. And regardless, I'm excited to have you in this class and get those assignments done. Again, let's review quickly, please. You do have to make sure you got your PGCC email working, and you also need to make sure you can log into Blackboard, and you definitely need to do that today before you leave campus, because there are several things I need you to do on Blackboard. What is the first thing? Go find your syllabus. Correct. Find your syllabus, look over your syllabus as well. I'm going to ask you some questions about that syllabus. Then you're going to click on course content, and you're going to click on chapter 1 and do the 2 assignments that I have on there. There are 3 things to click there. Your course schedule. Not course schedule, your weekly schedule. What is your weekly schedule? How are you going to study? When are you going to set aside time for the lab and for our assignments for our class? So you need to fill that out and then submit it. And then the other 2 links, one provides the reading for the pre-assessment. And again, it's a classwork assignment grade. It's 10 simple questions. I have set it up so that you can do it twice. So if you do it once and you don't get a good score, you have a chance to do that 10 question thing a second time. And I've set it up so that it records the highest grade you get out of the 2. So if you happen to do it once and you get an 8 out of 10, then you run through the second time and you get a 6 out of 10, your score of an 8 will actually be recorded in the grade book. So good luck on all those assignments. I can't wait to see you tomorrow morning at 10:05 and 10. What time? 10 a.m. 10 o'clock. Okay. Have a great day. Stay cool in this warm weather. See you tomorrow.